Hi everyone, my name is Alexandrea Cook and I will be presenting on Module 2, The Tree. First off, I wanted to discuss the topography of the area. As you can see in this map, the site rests near the base of the Camelback Mountain, which reaches a height of about 2,700 feet. It is also located in the center of Scottsdale and nestled up against the Arizona Canal. In this map, I really wanted to showcase the proximity of the site to these areas, as well as help articulate how the site will work with the architecture in the future. In this collage, we can see a couple of different core pieces of information, the first being the views from the site and their relationship with the canal. These will become very important moving forward. A second piece of information is the sun path diagram. Here we can see how the movement of the sun will interact with the site and how I decided to work with that in the design process. You can also see the satellite view of the site with the current satellite view on the left that shows us what we will be working with and shows us how the area has developed over time. This is important because we wanted to pay a nod to the area before development and honor that. Most importantly, we can see the site itself and its relationship to the canal. Here we can see the full views that will be very important to the design process, its shape, and its orientation. In this slide, we can begin to see how the program spaces will interact and their relationships with each other. Each relationship is proportionately divided and broken up for programmatic usage later. Each section is shaped proportionately and rectangularly, and this theme will continue and follow the shape of the building moving forward. In this slide, we can begin to see how the shape of the building will eventually interact with the site in the canal. As you can see, the building cantilevers over the canal itself, making the building and the canal congruent pieces working together, complementing each other. In this slide, we can begin to see how the shape of the building is coming together. The building is very symmetrical and rectangular, paying attention to the site's symmetrical proportionality. The shape of the building also mimics that of a ship, which I believe works well with its relationship to the canal. In this ISO buildup, we can see the relationship of the circulation areas, columns, and roof, and how they interact with each other. I think this view also appropriately shows how the main multifunctional area will cantilever over the canal and how it will continue to be supported. Here we can begin to see how the programs and circulation of the building in relation to the canopy will work. On the main floor resides the kitchen and cafe areas. These are intentionally placed closest to the canal, allowing for an ambiance to radiate from the canal. As light reflects off the water, it will bounce onto the roof of the cantilevering space and create patterns of light that can be seen through the Open Concepts Cafe. It also encourages eaters to interact with the canal by either engaging with it at floor level or using the stairs strategically placed near the cafe for easy access to the upper view deck of the canal. In this detailed plan, we can see how much of the programmed areas reside on the second floor. This is done to allow for optimal views of the canal from many different viewpoints. The main view area is the large multifunctional space that cantilevers over the canal. Windows stretch along the walls, encouraging as much interaction and view of the canal as possible. The deck surrounds the multifunctional space, allowing for views of the canal from the outside as well. The likely effect is that of a boat looking over the waves of the sea or a pier that stretches over the water. In this sectional elevation, we are told quite a few things about the canopy that are important to how it interacts with the site. The first is the green roof. This allows for not only evapotranspiration, keeping the area cooler, but also ensures that the site and the building are working together. I really tried to pay attention to how the building could complement the site and not take over. I feel like by including the canal in the site and encouraging green roofs, I was able to accomplish that. The flat roof design not only allows for a green roof, but also encourages another level for people to interact with the canal. Windows crop up between the elevations of the roof as well, allowing for further penetration of light. In this final slide, we can see how all of this came together. I feel like I was able to create a dynamic between the building and the canal that complements the site and the surrounding areas. Like a ship or a pier, the tree reaches over the canal. All these elements together create a unique experience that will hopefully draw life and energy back into the area. Thank you so much for listening.